guess it's gonna be mainly on Nova now to show us how fast-paced things could be, but it seems like they're very, very low. Flicker's already forced out. Nova trying to just run away.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if the Master Assassin helped out a bit on Brusco. I mean, there were two heroes in the mid lane, but look at this. Super Prince.
Yeah, he just needed one more hit. Fortunately, the KLVJ was there. Brusco now here helping out too, but that's about it. He almost got that kill on Nova.
By the way, I just want to say, all of that was just a distraction. Even though Apbren, they understood that, okay, Onic always do this, the orange gambit. But the thing was, King Kong's like, okay, you have no friends here. You take the orange first. I don't care. Let me take your camera.
Yeah, so this entire Super Prince chasing after Nova. All part of the plan. It's not like they really lost out on resources anyway. But at least it hasn't significantly grown just yet. I think it would have been different if like the kill
effect. What's the combo for Apbren? Because look, let's say you catch a combo with the Requiem into, let's say, God allows a Valkyrie Descent, the Wombo combo.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe Freya jump?
Literally the deal.
There you go.
Oh, that's a jump though, and there's gonna be damage from KLVJ picking up first blood onto Kirk, but there's a quick response from Onic. At least they have to flicker out, and James Pax gets traded down, but Brusco, he's still alive. The Vengeance gets popped here by KLVJ, and he jumps back in just to take down Brusco as well. That's a 2-for-1 trade.
Oh. Violence. Prince ain't done. The Monster Mage wants kill. Oh, they'll have to back off. So that's a man advantage. Apbren just took out more members of Onic in that short amount of time, which is why Onic can't trade.
Yeah, it's a good idea from Apbren to just prioritize XP. We don't need River. We don't even need a setup for the Gwyn. James Bond says, let me do it myself.
Yeah, and he doesn't do it in the turtle pit. They decided to do it right before that, but it's still Onic who actually get this objective.
Which is unfortunate. They committed too much in that sequence up top. And that's why we're saying, sure, Onic didn't get the trade, but they eventually got the turtle.
Yeah, to be fair though, even if Onic got the neutral objective, it was already hard for Apbren. Oh, that's hot!
Spatial migration. SOD didn't land, but it's okay. Super Prince might have been a bit too deep there.
I like this aggression from Apbren. They don't have to fight every neutral objective on the map. They just have to force the trades, get the space and tempo and momentum for James Pax to the point where this Guinevere becomes a threat, and then because of that, you're gonna be giving a lot of space for the Moskov to come online.
It's not even James Pax hunting these targets. It's like they're just there.
He just walks into them.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good way to alleviate pressure in the gold lane.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say that both teams are just playing for their gold lane. They'll get there eventually. But so far, Savero's at 5. They're at deadlock. What's the net worth on each? Oh my God, Savero's up by 300.
Yeah. I'd say for Onic Philippines, they're also doing the same thing. Like, they don't mind if James Banks gets this tempo from Apbren, because if you look at the deaths that Onic has accumulated in this game, it's all spread out on the heroes that are kind of okay to die.
They can afford to die.
Yeah, they can afford to die. They don't care. You know, as long as King Kong gets to play the game, Savero gets to farm, they're A-okay.
Whoa, that's a BMI plus the deadly magic. Shizu using the SOD, but that's not gonna save him. James Pax finding King Kong here. He still can somehow find a way out, but the Violent Requiem! The stacks were there, and he actually finds a double kill!
Jimmy James!
I mean, if you get to 1v4 Team Liquid, 1v2 against Onic, it's kind of easy, no?
Ooh, that's a final slash. There's the Raging Sandstorm as well. Nova might not make it out alive here. He actually does. I take it back. KLVJ jumping in with the Valkyrie Descent, but Onic do not wish to fight.
The damage that Onic has isn't as on-demand as we expected. If we're questioning the combo that Apbren has through the Violet Requiem, I think that question is twice or thrice as big, because look, what kind of combo do you get after you pop someone with Deadly Magics? Where do you go from there?
Yeah, the single concentrated energy is already so much for James Pax. Now they get to equalize the turtle objectives taken by both.
That's what they get for just forcing a lot of trades for Apbren. One thing that their lineup does specialize in is even if they don't get the combos, as long as there's no team fight, they can brawl. Any single target on the side of Onic, they can chase down with the vision coming out from the hill, then of course with the jump from the Guinevere.
Oh, what? That final slash still actually catching Shizu. Nova and Aqua just trying to defend this turret down bottom.
All right, the Super Fam heard what you said, Midnight.
Yeah.
They know that Apbren are willing to brawl. how about we do the same, all right? Onic have a brother team across the pond that also likes to brawl. They play in the friggin' brawl server. So I'm pretty sure they've had plenty of time figuring out a team that likes to fight. They close the gap, but James Banks ain't done!
Once again, even if it's Brusco, he's not afraid to take him on. That's another pickoff for Apbren.
Honestly, at this point, there's no map play for both sides. They just go for anybody, play for the gold lane. But
no.
I'm gonna be honest though, Savero's getting the winning end of the stick.
Oh, the Purify was forced out too. At least it's just Nova, but they're somehow equalizing things.
Yeah, I mean, tempo-wise, Apbren is sort of like equalizing against Onic, but if you look at the gold, yes, they're leading by 1,000 gold, but it doesn't matter because if you look at the gold between Savero and Shizu, Savero's 1K ahead of the Moscow.
They're in weird places, I'll tell you that. And because of the weird fights, Aqua here!
Yeah, he is definitely going down there. It's Onic this time who are able to find a pickoff. I think both of these teams are capable of doing that, but the knockup from the Lantern player, Nova, getting chased down here, forced out to use the flicker, is still alive on this Hilda.
I'm not comfortable. I don't like this. There's too many fights happening in too many different places, and the trades happen like a minute later.
I mean, for sure, bro. Apbren, they're not comfortable too. Like at this point, there's so many fights. A rough season and a rough first half of the game. Because honestly, for Onic Philippines, even though they were the team that were getting forced earlier on, their goal lane is not happy at the moment.
Kirk fishes KLVJ out of that engagement, and they're pushing back. Look at this. Onic.
It's Nova again, but there's a response. Valkyrie Descent coming in from KLVJ. Deadly Magic used onto Nova, but it's not going to result into a kill. And instead, it's Super Frizz who actually gets taken down. Savero might be next here. He gets caught by Aqua. And now, so far, it's been 2 heroes already taken out from Onic. Are Onic able to find a trade? I don't think so.
Amazing man-to-man defense, tracking by Apbren. James Banks relocating just to make sure that he catches Savero on the way out.
Yeah, the damage under the Blazing Duet as well. Nova put a lot of work onto making sure that he deletes the HP on Savero, and after the BMI back, James Banks was there to secure the kill. Oh, Aqua falls down, however. But for Apbren, again, this is tempo that they want. They now equalize the goal between Shizu and Savero.
All right, between the three of us, we've seen games from all around the world. This doesn't feel like a MPL Philippines match.
No. 8 minutes, bro. 8 and 5.
And it's like there are always fights happening that are mostly just pickoffs.
Just fights for the sake of fights.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The trade happens a minute later.
But I do want to say though, like there is a specific reason for these fights. Like for Apbren and Onic, it's called forcing, because you want to force your enemies to react so that you make space for the gold laners, and that's why a lot of the times that we see a lot of engagements, it's either in the gold lane or far away from the gold lane.
Oh, it's always here in mid. And speaking of, we're seeing another one happen just now. Oh my goodness, KLVJ gets caught by the final slash. There's the counter, Raging Sandstorm, but are Apbren prepared to take on this fight? The damage doesn't seem to be enough just yet. There is no follow-up from Shizu as well.
Okay, disciplined move from both gold laners. I like this. If this happened like 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, both of them would have pressed SOD and Blazing Duet into about nothing.
Yep. Now for Onic Philippines, they're feeling that, okay, now we have the proper damage, we have the timing. These final slashes are very important from Kirk, and he's hitting a lot of good final slashes. I mean, he is the Kirk attack, you know, one of the most prominent artists in the league. But he is also going to be very important in the next fights because engages are everything for Onic. If they don't land the engage, you're kind of forced in a situation where you wait for James Banks to go in.
That's what I'm looking for! Oh, they collapse!
Look at this 5-man rotation coming in from Onic. They take down that tier 2 up top, and they do not force a fight.
Oh my goodness.
Well, they were looking for
almost.
a fight. Apbren just did not engage.
Yeah, and also the dodge from James Banks, dude, with the violent Requiem. So good from Apbren. They know, they understood that, okay, we make space for the Moscow. He's pushing bot side. We don't have to engage right now. We just wait for the next Lord.
You know what? That's a slight win in my book for Onic because the lane they attack is the long lane.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's a Moscow on the other side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So at least that's a bit of good news for Apbren. They are losing a little bit of their lead, down to about 1,500. Onic seems to be goading them. Onic is saying, oh, yo, how about let's dance?
Yeah. Savero just locked in his Trinity as well. So it's just really about the team fights that we're about to see. I think Onic are a bit more equipped this time.
Yep, speaking of equipped, I think King Kong can start to delete people. He has his Trinity on lock, his first big 3 items.
Yep.
As you can see, you know what? I think even Nova would start to melt up.
Oh, Cabero. Oh, this Freya is a big problem for Onic Philippines because this is the guy that they cannot set. One final slash on the Freya, he can reset the fight with the Valkyrie's Descent. And then James Max is going to be able to find an opening against Onic. Ideally for Onic, this final slash has to be on the Guinevere.
So if they can fish the Guinevere out, or if they can take the Freya out of the fight before, or Aqua maybe, forces the Black Shoes.
Black Shoes already used right here. Is they... Or are they gonna find that kill on Nova? Maybe not. The flicker already forced out though. It's actually Apbren just bursting down this Lord! James Pack secures it for the team and immediately decide to disengage, but KLVJ gets shut down.
You know what? It's uncharacteristic. Oh, they find one more in Nova!
Uncharacteristic.
Of Onic, because usually, Midnight, you know this, Onic, before big objectives, they force fights. Where was that?
Yeah, I mean, they tried doing that on mid, but unfortunately for them, it wasn't the right hero. They tried to go on the Lilia, forced out the Black Shoes, but didn't matter because the Guinevere was able to just kill the Lord. Good thing for Onic is that after that fight, Apbren had no firepower. The Moskov still wanted to farm, and they can just take away this Lord. But this opening, this space, is something that Apbren also wants because they do have late game. They're just more scaling heroes on the side of Onic, but I think in the grand scheme of things, this Moskov is a bigger problem than this Claude.
It's not just something Apbren wanted, it's something Apbren orchestrated.
Yes.
One might say they planned for that. Another Black Shoes on Aqua.
Okay.
Oh, James Pax?
Now they know there is no deadly magic available, and then Nova decides to jump in. But Onic, it seems like they just kited him out.
That's a free kill for Onic. Doesn't repair the situation though.
Yep.
Apbren still played that very well. I think they know Onic's MO now, that Onic will force a fight before the big Lord take, and instead they forced away the super fan, put him in mid so that James Pan can sneak it out.
Yep. And it almost looked like a good fight, honestly, for Apbren if Onic didn't peel back. And I like the way that they peeled back as well.
Because they still have a turret.
Yeah, they still have a turret, and also they knew that the Guinevere can just jump. Especially with the SOD, they're gonna be scared for Onic. So peeling back is the right option, even if, let's say, you can fight with a final stash with a Blazing Do It, it's not safe, because look at the amount of frontliners on Apbren. Gwyn, Freya, Hilda, they can tank a lot of damage.
And one might say the Lilia counts too.
Yes.
She can eat an ult and then still get that DOT out, get the magic damage.
Yeah.
He's fine.
But that's the thing. I think all these frontliners are much more honest than Onic's lineup overall.
Yeah.
Like, you expect where they're coming from. It seems as if that's why Onic right now are being the more proactive ones. They're the ones capable of just finding these pickoffs against players like Aqua.
Yeah. Now, there is a Sky Piercer on the side of Super Friends. I kind of think that it's quite late for Onic Philippines to build this sort of item. Would have want more Divine Glaives because there's a lot of radiant armors inside of Apbren.
Better late than never though.
Yeah, true.
Because as Bridget mentioned, they're starting to get a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
And more of these pickoffs will lead to more stacks. Nova here gets hit by the Battle Slash.
Yep, they choose Nova first, but Nova actually just down to half HP. But then you also forced out the Valkyrie Descent from KLVJ. It's not like Onic were ready to commit just yet though.
Oh, King Kong. He's hunting. He's hunting.
Oh, okay. He hat tricks out of there. Holds the brush, but I think Onic make the call. With 1,000 gold up, we should dance. And I agree. Something else to note, I think Onic should really pick up the pace, because a Hilda without brush is a Hilda that can move around the map is kind of useless.
Yeah, and remember there's a Moskov as well, so if you play it slow for Onic, they can just take over the map here for Apbren. Nova, no!
Oh, it's always Nova, who's always dropped down to half HP. KLVJ jumping in! Gets bursted down immediately, and there goes the Violent Requiem as well. They find the kill on Kurt, even before he gets to set up anything. KLVJ falling down next, but Onic are going for the chase, but Shizo still finding the kill, he's making it happen, but the Blazing Duet has more than enough damage to deal with. Every member left. It's a triple kill for King Kong, and Severo fights Shizo!
Ini Benchada! Apbren have lost their lead, lost 4 members, and are facing a disaster at the hands of Onic, who just secured a Lord.
Oh, KLVJ got too overexcited, jumped in, tanked a deadly magic, and because of that, they lost a big damage dealer on the side of Apbren. And even though James Banks found the catch against the Ardent, it wasn't enough. And now Onic, they get map control, they get map prio, and King Kong is so damn big.
Even at 15 minutes, the same narrative pace follows. Fights on fights, violence above all, and whoever can trade better gets a dub. I think Apbren are lucky that Onic are slowing this down, because if Onic get their way, all of those inhibitors just go.
Yeah. And they're gonna do it right now, honestly, for Onic Philippines. They're maxed out. Basically, their heroes can do whatever they want, especially with this Claude already packing the 6 items. Especially with the Malefic gun, this is gonna be very, very big for Onic and Apbren. Be hard to defend, honestly.
The situation looks chopped for the Bees.
I believe they will get to work out or work on the Lord first. Still doesn't take away the oh, look at the damage from King Kong on KLVJ. They lose, I guess, all their base turrets after this, and there's another knockup from the Lantern player. Nova receiving the damage from the Deadly Magic as well, but Onic are just gonna work on the turrets for now. Not unless Aqua, oh, gets caught by the final slash. He's now bursted down by King Kong on a monster kill.
Oh no. Onic took everything away. Apbren are staring at a bare base. All the hill domains watching, my fiance included, hate this. When they can't get into bushes, you're trapped.
Yep. You're essentially just a sitting duck for Apbren. Also fighting 4v5 right now. I mean, literally 3v5 because Aqua's dead. Oh!
That's a concealed Valkyrie descent, but look at the final match and the Raging Sandstorm coming in from Onic. There's the Winter Grab from Severo as well, and Nova going for the chase, but it's just Super Frizz that he finds. Onic do not care. They have the minions alongside them. Can James Banks defend? There's still a wave up top, and it seems like it's a no. Onic to game number 1.
You do not do that against one of the most mechanically gifted teams in the